on the looming rank all the way down to 73rd.
Yeah.
And this is a player that you can never count out. This is never the 73rd best player in any kind of a venue. Showed up in recent tournaments, 13th at Kagaribe, 7th at MomoCon, looking to get that #1 at Patchwork 2025.
You know it, but Omega, definitely one who needs no introduction himself, ready and willing to be the roadblock that stops MuteAce's winner's run here in semis. Omega the Joker, showing its stuff against a character who sometimes struggles a little bit against the disjoints, and especially with the mobility the Joker has. I feel like it's not going to be easy pickings for MuteAce.
Very true. In addition, actually outplaced MuteAce at MomoCon. So Omega, a player on the come up, to say the least. Georgia's very own, showing up, looking to defend the region. Already having a good job of it, though. Off stage with that turnip snipe. That's the problem with the second you get Arsene. You don't get that tether no more. MuteAce going to get that every time.
MuteAce floating ever so slightly over the range in the AoE of the Aegon. Aura farming. Wow, how cruel. MuteAce definitely styling on him. And Omega going to have to figure out how to get this this Peach to kill percent. We've got a couple juggles, but great air dodge here. MuteAce retreating to the platform, sees something here, but waits. It's the patience here that I'm going to see. MuteAce not one to kind of show his hand too early.
It feels like the recipe here for Omega is gun AHA and then the safe aerials. You want to keep this pressure up. You want to force this Peach to expend resources, expend the float, and actually force them to approach you.
Oh, yeah. But the movement is starting to heat up a little bit already here from MuteAce, a minute and a half into the set. Finally get caught by one of those falling Aegons. Now, good timing, the double hit, and Omega, what a play. Good snipe.
Was that Mute just locked into that animation because trying to get out of disadvantage with an aerial?
Possibly.
That is very uncharacteristic. Typically, Mute is like wiggling the stick, try to break tempo in those spots without being vulnerable.
Right, but with the Arsene, Aegon hit yet again. We're getting all this passive damage. Omega able to even the odds yet again. Look at how quickly MuteAce is being brought up while they're still playing in the neutral. They've already reset.
That's the power of these projectiles. They're so safe from Joker that a character like Peach that doesn't have those mobility tools to close space super easily is going to struggle. You're going to have to take some chip damage, but it's all worth it when you can back Omega to the corner and cover roll with those areas. 2Z
drop turnips, and Omega flinches on the second one, has to expedite the recovery. MuteAce ready with a tertiary option. Plan C wins out here on the ledge, and MuteAce goes right back to rinse and repeat.
Look at the verticality that Omega's using, too. You just weave in and out with the downward angled guns and dare MuteAce to hit a button. Use your superior aerial drift in those spots when they're above them and forcing MuteAce to react to you.
MuteAce dancing in Omega's face right now. Arsene comes out, but what good is he going to be?
Gets the back air, too. Ah! On deck. Z-drop. Okay, great timing by Omega. I was looking for the clip, though.
Waiting for it, still menacingly floating, facing away from the ledge. Back air city, you know what's up.
I have been so floored by MuteAce's utilization of these footstools out of shield. It's been so consistent this tournament.
But hey, you know, you got to go all the way out there. MuteAce trying to stay elusive. Omega tracks him down in the corner. Okay, barely avoids the up air. Would have been certain death.
Just playing so patient here is Mute, not trying to give Omega the opportunity to just get some momentum going. Arsene is available now, trying to pressure from below as MuteAce gets a little bit over-aggressive. How do you land down against Arsene?
You wait. At this point, you wait for Omega to become over-aggressive. That is the bane of having Arsene. You get so caught up in the green light. You're like, it's go time. I gotta go. But I mean, you get too crazy, you get up in MuteAce's face, he's going to easily overtake, go above you, high profile, and hit you.
I think you're dead on, Nerf. It's all about that over-aggression. You feel as though you have to utilize the resource. You don't want to let Arsene go to waste, especially when you're in a disadvantageous position.
Mute hit one button before getting this footstool.
True.
One single button.
What was enough?
Yeah, that's it. So now, missed a grab. Omega deciding, okay, I can still make my way out of the corner one way or another. It's just going to have to be fighting tooth and nail.
Gets the back air, gets full stage control, though. At that time, MuteAce, it looked like went for footstool, did not quite work out. Instead, Omega just trying to retreat and use these guns a little bit more, forcing MuteAce to swing into space. And at that point, Omega can react and use the disjoints.
And the slow fall gun just a little bit right up in MuteAce's space. So Gotta watch out. Baiting back over the dash attack. Very nice stuff. MuteAce now kind of swinging and missing. Omega not willing to act first anymore.
Oh, calls out the spot dodge, gets the drag down, but no down smash. The floating nature of Peach means that can sometimes be a little bit difficult to connect.
Right. Now just avoiding some of the AHAs. That does have a little bit of in lag, just enough for MuteAce to kind of close the gap. But you don't have to close the gap now. Arsene and the bloodlust that Arsene brings might end up doing it for you.
Please drop shield. This is, I'm going to back air, I'm going to post up and threaten that forward tilt. I need you to hit a single button, MuteAce.
Like Omega, again, is hungry for it. You can tell. Okay.
Forward air not going to connect, forward tilt not going to connect. Arsene starts to tick down, but still managing to land that stock. Mere seconds away from this resource being exhausted.
So many F-tilts in the corner. Omega finally had to get some purchase off of one. We get something here, but look, the clank with the turnip. MuteAce knowing how to counter his own tools, but look at that Rebels guard. A very quick one.
Yeah, that was the perfect timing right there. Recognized the MuteAce was going to be swinging wild in that corner trying to claim that stock. Instead, shield pressure into the back throw, establish stage control, try to get this Joker stuck in the corner, but again, just able to slide out.
Okay, yeah. Again, it's a movement. It's the disengages that we've been seeing from MuteAce. Not one to worry, and of course, the end lag. Yet again, these side Bs have been getting Omega both a lot of benefits, but have also been getting him into trouble.
Retreating neutral are going to not work out. More pressure on shield here. MuteAce just wants to get that one opener at 31%. This is prime positioning for MuteAce to take Omega all the way across stage and add 60 or more damage onto the stock.
MuteAce keeping this mid-range sort of distance between himself and Omega. Omega not really willing to use the disjoint when available to kind of swing first, but now with Arsene behind him, a lot more freely we are swinging.
Side B actually going to intercept anything that Omega was going to toss out there. Back air, again, out of disadvantage. Omega forcing Mute to delay the recovery. Just jumps, grabs edge. One back air, two back airs, not going to connect. Neither will Mute.
Right, it's just a little bit of shield training, but something's got to give. Look at all this pressure. Even MuteAce's shield, just minimally small, but staying alive, staying as in control as you possibly can, even with a little bit of a deficit.
I've been
stage control is there.
really impressed with how MuteAce has been running out the clocks on these Arsenes.
Yep. You have to play patient. You have to get a couple good hits on Arsene, too, to take that away. And I think that's when MuteAce knows, like, okay, you let the Joker player come in and start swinging like a madman, and then I get the whip punish. Then it takes away Arsene, and then they get scared again.
Couple airs, solid damage, but that's problem. You give Joker a little bit of opportunity to break out with that Rebels guard. Look at the gauge already nerfed. 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, that's true. We need to see a little bit more aggression of just base Joker, but we're already getting Arsene back in the fray. Down throw. Can we get the back air? We do indeed. A little bit of a missed DI opportunity from Omega, but still got to watch out. And that back air managed to hit. We get the Nair as well, and that's going to do it. MuteAce up 2-0, and Omega, what is the play going forward? What do you do?
In those situations, it's just a death sentence. You can't recover without that tether up B. The second that Arsene is out, it becomes a liability if you find yourself off stage. That back air right there sealed the deal. Now it's just you toss out the turnip and you just wait for any kind of a hitbox and then expend the double jump. Like Omega had zero options. We can kind of see now why MuteAce has a big advantage in this set count. Right now, Omega only has one victory to MuteAce's 5, though Omega did win the last one at MomoCon.
Oh yeah, you're right. Already MuteAce with a near 70% lead keeps it going. Almost unmatched damage. Now, MuteAce, can we keep it going? Center stage fully covered. The absolute dominance of this stage is his, at least for now.
Great projectile right there. I think that we were about to see Omega just get absolutely deleted with that Arsene off stage yet again. Instead, Mute, full stage control, tether grab is available, so we just wait for that turn up to drop. Very smart by Omega, not using that resource preemptively, but then tries to roll in or tries to dash in, and Mute has the hitbox ready. You have to respect these float canceled aerials.
And now MuteAce, that patience might have missed him an opportunity, but he's going to be looking for that Rebels guard now in the future. And Omega has got to keep that on a very tight leash. Oh.
That was a great tech and the grab on the turn up too?
Insane.
Omega got the tech skill. The problem is, when you're dying at 220, I don't care if my opponent's that low. It's like, I survived. I did my job defensively. The problem is offensively.
Right, I mean, that's the problem. You know, MuteAce is like, oh, wow, like getting Omega to 200, then finally killing, that does seem pretty bad. But then you look at MuteAce's percent and you're like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? All right.
Yeah, if you struggle to kill, just get your opponent to 200 without taking any damage at all. Yeah,
we gotta get MuteAce to 100 first. So far, that has been a tall order. Omega still struggling to get anything in the corner. Even when you have stage control, MuteAce is so evasive.
Double back air, Arsene is available, but now double up air, tons of damage. Omega has already expended the double jump, trying to be greedy, not going to ledge. Does manage to force back down to center stage, but at what cost?
Says, come get me, and Omega goes off, hopes for a MuteAce re-aggression, but it's not going to happen. MuteAce just lets it go by the wayside now. Get a second lease on the edge guard. This time missed again. Again, it's the overzealousness.
You guys have to drag down. Beautiful. That's what we needed from Omega. Now perhaps we're going to get a little bit of rage, maybe an Arsene very shortly. That's what you need to see. We need to see this stock is the potentially most important one of Omega's run.
I mean, it looks like we are ready with some of these options. The tech instantly into it. I mean, we know that the Z-drop turnips are coming. We know that the turnips will necessitate a turnip, but you could tell Omega kind of like what is going on here, like in the player camp. You could tell the frustration starting to set in. You know, it is so baffling to fight MuteAce because he is like just a stone wall.
I think that's the best way to put it. MuteAce will not give you anything. You have to chip away at this ironclad defense. Peach, do you think that this is a combo character? Do you think this is an aggressive character? No. Spacing, defense, and fundies. Until MuteAce gets the hit. Then,
then we come alive, and all of a sudden, you know, it's an incredible advantage state. But we're going to be backing off just in time. Omega manages to squeak something out. We're taking it to last stock. This is your chance to keep your run alive, winner's side.
Uncharacteristic turnip throw away right there. I think Mute was trying to get like a jump into a back air and didn't get the jump come out, so it was just a turn around, throw the projectile.
You know it. Okay, gets the air dodge read out. Omega has that scouted now. Can we get some more off of it? No, not the Rebels guard.
Footstool yet again, Mute. This is such an extra bit of flair to these defensive situations.
But it's optimal. It's so optimal.
It is.
And you're watching VGBC. Shout out to Gimmer.
True.
Let's go. All right. Oh, the drag down. It's not over yet. Omega comes from behind, and we've got a set here, Scabs.
Drag down into the forward smash. That was so nasty.
That's insane. All of a sudden, Omega gets one opportunity, sees some of these panic iframe options from MuteAce, and then when you see him getting a little too close, the jump pulled down, said snatched. You're not going anywhere.
Into the immediate fastball and the missed tech on reaction, too.
That's right.
You'd had a couple opportunities. Like, if you hit that tech, though, Omega can just react to the roll away.
You saw, like, there was a freeze frame. You saw MuteAce's face as it happened in real time. He's like, damn, he got me. It is what it is, but we got a set. Game on the board here for Omega. What's the play? You take away... No top platform. We're going small battlefield.
What's the play? We're immediately at 80. Threatening a 0 to death now is MuteAce. Just business as usual.
True.
That is so, a mental of a top
normal.
player.
I just kind of glossed over it. It's just kind of like expected.
It's just a mental of a top player, dude. But there's no cracks at all from MuteAce. That's just going to be, okay, you had a nice thing, but I missed the tech. I lost the game, and now it's time for me to snatch victory.
Lesson learned.
Before we go to Game 5.
Lesson learned, and this is a best of 5, right? So you do have plenty of time to make those adjustments. MuteAce said, okay, won't happen again. Pushing on that shield with low float height. Omega still feeling the pressure.
And now Omega actually started to incorporate those footstools out of shield. Just caught it right there with the gun, too. Both of these players, it is 20XX nerf. Gimmer out here smiling down.
Yes, that's right. All right, still got to do some more here. The shield pressure yet again working its way through Omega, but Omega quick hacks off. Has to take some of these hits on the chin. 166. The longevity is definitely getting there, right? The DI is so good. You're staying alive as long as you possibly can, but MuteAce, I mean, yeah, we definitely have had quite a few challenges trying to stay alive against all of the smothering options that MuteAce throws. I
mean, real talk, if I'm Mute, I'm a little bit happy with that because it's really just 2 or 3 neutral interactions to take them up to like 120 or so.
Yeah.
So in those situations, if your character's linear, just deal all the damage in the world and say, I do not care, I will win my 3 interactions and I'll eventually get my kill.
True. Just kind of like bouncing with the landing, low float, landing low float, keeping his options open, keeping Omega unsuspecting. Got to keep him on his toes, but with Arsene, you know, he's going to keep throwing out those options. You know that there's going to be buttons pressed. You just got to whiff, punish.
Not going to hit the forward tilt, not going to hit the back air, nor the next back air, and finally Arsene is gone. Yet another opportunity iced by MuteAce.
Truly. MuteAce one of the best at playing patiently when necessary, but, you know, it's that instant, like, flipped switch when you get that advantage state. Doesn't even matter. MuteAce can switch on a dime.
Low canceled aerials, not enough to dissuade Omega from getting that dash grab. Off stage now, MuteAce covers the turn with that turn up so well.
Mixing up the angles, the timings, throwing it straight down, throwing it up, and letting it fall. MuteAce, the turnip edge guards have been really good, but Omega, I mean, I think the patience has helped so much. Once you see MuteAce have to pull a second turnip, Omega quickly expediting the recovery. This time we find a dash attack. That's enough.
This is a big opportunity for Omega too. Solid damage. Not necessarily have to worry about any like Randy kill options here. Like neutral air at center stage, not going to kill for sure. Ooh. 3 or 4 hits from Arsene though, and we have an even game just about.
And how much leverage has Omega gotten from Arsene dash attack? It is not just a great multi-hit option, but it also is something that can catch aerial characters like Peach. So in this situation, you know, it's been a good option for Omega to kind of throw out.
You know why Omega died right there? Omega actually got the edge and was at such a high percent that had next to no invulnerability whatsoever. Right. Didn't react to that immediately being vulnerable. MuteAce had hitbox ready.
That's true. At that point, your time is short. MuteAce will not let you extend its duration. So
no,
it is what it is.
Disadvantage with the capital D right there. MuteAce just keeps the pressure going.
They're both trying to footstool each other. I hate this. They're both jumping on each other.
Tries for the back air again. MuteAce just jumping away and using that float, using every little bit of resource available.
Ooh.
Oh, you're dead either way.
Yeah.
That back air, I don't even think that was necessary because MuteAce recovered too low.
Well, no, I think you could have still drifted in, but Omega did the right thing by not giving him the chance and saying, okay, I will just wait and I will quickly react with the back air. That's just enough, and you don't want to give MuteAce the second chance.
All right, Omega, we got that comeback in the last game.
Saturn.
Did you use up the last bit of your clutch, or do you have a little bit extra here in this final moments of this game? Already down to like less than 3 minutes left too.
Yeah,
these two are playing very patiently.
That's true. Potentially the last game of this set. Mr. Saturn making a guest appearance only to be thrown by the wayside. Not going to get any screen time, it feels like. So MuteAce still waiting for the right opportunity. Oh, almost has it forced out the air dodge, and we still keep it going. The DI is there. Like I said, the longevity is there. We are still staying alive past 150, but Omega, can that rage help you in the long run? You've got more work to do, and Arsene hath gone.
Arsene's still here, Nerf. This is an okay, never mind. I'm trying to go ahead and do a little bit of propaganda. MuteAce having absolutely none of it, cleaning up that one in a nail biter. Because if you know anything about Arsene, this character has a penchant for reversals.
One of the most threatening things in this set is the Nair in center stage. MuteAce knows that that's where Omega feels the safest. It's only natural. You go for things like this, the Dare in neutral. I mean,
generous hitbox.
I go for that too.
There's a reason why you ain't up there, though.
I go for that too, but like, I recognize I'm not a top player. And I think there's a reason why I shouldn't be going for that.
Yeah, these footstools, though, the defining facet of that set was just adding this little extra defensive tech out there. You don't necessarily think of these characters as having the best out-of-shield games in the game, but when you've got that frame 3 jump squat, everybody has a decent out-of-shield game.
And when you have the versatility of the aerials that a character like Peach has, there's no reason not to. You're already in the air anyway. You might as well keep your opponent put while you